right, let's now track, in fact, the latest developments regarding the war in West Asia, where Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araqchi has arrived in Pakistan as efforts intensify for the second round of US-Iran peace talks in Islamabad. Araqchi landed at the Nur Khan Air Base in Rawalpindi today and was received by senior Pakistani officials, including Foreign Minister of Pakistan Ishaq and the Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir. Now, Pakistan is playing a key mediating role in the indirect negotiations aimed at ending the US-Iran conflict and securing a lasting ceasefire. While the US has dispatched envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner to Islamabad for the talks, Iran has clarified that there are no plans for direct face-to-face meetings with the American side at this stage. Instead, Tehran will convey its proposals through Pakistani intermediaries. Let me go across to my colleague Aditya Badhavan, who is joining us live with the latest updates on this. Aditya, we're now learning that Iran's foreign minister has already landed in Islamabad. We are going to look at a team of envoys from the US also start off for Pakistan very soon. However, Iran is clarifying that no peace talks or direct negotiations will take place.
Well, absolutely, Shivani. Indeed, this morning, the spokesperson of the Iranian foreign ministry had tweeted that there will be no direct talks between the Iranian and the US side, and all the the position of the Iranian side will be conveyed to the Pakistani side, and which will be conveyed to Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff, whom the US President Donald Trump has sent them for the second round of the talks in Islamabad. So completely, at this juncture, despite, saying, making these statements that, by the Iranian foreign minister and the other important personalities in the Iranian establishment, that talks will not happen unless and until the US Navy blockade at the Strait of Hormuz is removed. But now, it seems that indirect talks will take place, and it needs to be seen whether it will go down well with the United States side, or we are seeing another round of hostilities between the US and Iran. Back to you, Shivani.
Right, please stay on with us, Aditya. We have some more inputs coming our way, where White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has confirmed that US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner will travel to Pakistan on Saturday morning for the second round of indirect peace talks with Iran. Now, quoting Leavitt, she said, Steve and Jared will be heading to Pakistan tomorrow to hear the Iranians out. Now, the two senior US envoys are expected to arrive in Islamabad on Saturday and engage with the Iranian representatives through Pakistani mediation. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araqchi is already in Pakistan and is holding discussions with Pakistani officials. Leavitt added that Vice President J.D. Vance is on standby and remains willing to dispatch to Pakistan if the talks show sufficient progress and require his direct involvement. Let's in fact listen into the statement.
As you know, and I spoke about it earlier this week, the president was flexible in granting an extension of the ceasefire throughout this time. The president has decided to dispatch Special Envoy Witkoff and Jared Kushner back to Islamabad. The Iranians want to talk. They want to talk in person, and so the president is, as I've said many, many times to all of you, always willing to give diplomacy a chance. So Steve and Jared will be heading to Pakistan tomorrow to hear the Iranians out. We hope progress will be made, and we hope that positive developments will come from this meeting, and we will see. And the president, the vice president, the secretary of state will be waiting here in the United States for updates, and the vice president, I understand, is on standby and will be willing to dispatch to Pakistan if we feel it's a necessary use of his time.
Go
ahead, Kristen.
The first one on Iran. With this group going, does that mean that the United States has gotten any kind of unified proposal from Iran, or are they going over there without any proposal from Iran?
We've certainly seen some progress from the Iranian side in the last couple of days. Again, the president has made the decision to send Steve and Jared to hear the Iranians out, and so we'll see what they have to say.
All right, let me go across to my colleague Aditya for more on this statement by the White House press secretary. So Aditya, when we are looking at this statement that is coming in from the US, obviously they are giving off, the statement saying that the Iranians actually called for this sort of indirect negotiations. However, Iran, on the other hand, have completely denied that they want these direct negotiations to take place. They have come on record, in fact, Iran's foreign ministry has come on record and said that this is a routine visit by the foreign minister to regional neighbors. What more can you tell us about this statement that has been given out by the White House press secretary?
Well, absolutely. The statement that has been given out by the White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt clearly shows that how the Trump administration is very, very desperate to engage with Iran diplomatically, and on the parallel, they are also maintaining that naval blockade at the Strait of Hormuz. And not only this, Shivani, if you see, the Tel Aviv airport in Israel is flooded with U.S. refueling air tankers. So completely at this juncture, parallelly, the U.S. is also preparing for a possible round of hostilities with Iran in the Middle East, and at the same time they want that Iran makes concession on its nuclear program and several other things, and they open the Strait of Hormuz for maritime shipping. So completely, all things, this is very, very complex in nature. This is the maximum pressure being asserted by the Trump administration on the Iranian establishment and the IRGC. But now it needs to be seen how things unfold going forward in this scenario. Back to you, Shivani.
Right.